Am I overreacting? My boyfriend gave his mother the dress that I wanted for my birthday. I, 23 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 26 male, for the past 3 years. About 2 months ago, while we were out shopping, I saw this really gorgeous, amazing dress that was just perfect for me and in my favorite color. He looked at the dress and said that it was beautiful, but it was rather expensive, $200, so we didn't end up getting it. For weeks after this, I would constantly talk about the dress to him and how I couldn't stop thinking about how beautiful it was and hope one day I could save to buy it since we've been budgeting a bit lately. He would hear about the dress from me all the time and talked about how great he thought it would look on me. So yesterday was my birthday, and we had a little get-together with some members of both of our families to celebrate, except when his mother arrived to our house, she was wearing the exact dress in the exact color. I was stunned. I thought that he must have told her about it and she went and got one, but it turns out that wasn't the case. In my surprise, I said, "Oh my god, there's no way. That's the same dress that I was looking and dying for months," and she replied saying, "Oh really? Zane, my boyfriend, gave it to me as a gift last month." I was shocked and confused. Even more so when boyfriend gave me the birthday gift he got me, and it was a gift card for Sephora for $50. For the rest of the night, I sat quietly in a corner in silence and confusion. I felt hurt and was lost in my head as to what was going on. My boyfriend and everyone was blissfully unaware and happy the entire night, and I didn't want to ruin the mood, so I started to try and put on a good face, but I can't shake this feeling of being hurt. A part of me feels like I'm overreacting and acting spoiled and entitled. Am I? I just need to know if I need to calm down and not be upset about this. In the comments, Rich Ad says, "Babe, there is no way a 26-year-old man is this oblivious. He's treating you like dirt. It's not about the dollar value of your birthday present, it's that it was just a gift card with zero thought. Then for him to know how much you've been banging on about this dress and to randomly buy it for his mother is beyond strange. You were 23. Just quietly end the relationship. You don't need to cite this as the reason. He and his mama will gaslight you anyway. Just say that you don't feel the same and are ending it. Don't say more." OP replies, "I had thought of, is this worthy of a breakup after this? But I always have a habit of doubting my feelings as being valid. I spent most of the night thinking that I was being a brat about it, so thank you for the kind words and encouragement. It's actually so odd that you talked about this dress so much, and he went out of his way to buy it for his mum? I genuinely can't even imagine a good excuse for this. I would be so weirded out. Also, I'd feel like I'd been with a sociopath or something, because that's an insane lack of empathy or understanding on his part." OP says, "What is even more odd is this. The shopping area that we saw the dress at is a good distance from our home, and the dress is not his mother's taste at all. So this means sometime after the fact of us being there, he drove all the way back there, and for some reason bought the specific dress that I wanted and gave it to his mother for no reason, as it wasn't her birthday, nor any special occasion for her. According to her, he just randomly said that I have something for you, Mum, and he brought the dress over to her house. She didn't know any of the other details about that being a dress I wanted." Lemonade Cookie says, "Sounds like he did it on purpose. He probably knows that you have good taste and used that to get a present for his mum. Was it for anything or just a gift out of nowhere? He had to know that you'd see her wearing it. Like, what was he thinking? Sounds like he wasn't, to be honest. Sounds like he's a mama's boy and didn't put in any effort for your gift. I'd be livid. Don't put up with this bullshit, girl. You deserve better. If you want to talk it out with him, do that and see what he says, but I don't know. It doesn't seem worth it to me. But if you do, mention how it was obvious that you wanted that dress and how hurtful it was that he gifted it to his mum and not you when he knew that you loved that dress." OP replies, "A part of me also had this thought, was this intentional and planned? And then I thought that I was being paranoid and they would never do that, but then thinking more, I then thought that it had to be done on purpose. My head is in circles trying to piece it together. That's the even weirder part. It wasn't her birthday or any special occasion for her, he just gave it to her randomly. It definitely has put her in her place vibes to me. This guy sucks, OP. Weird. And I don't think that too many mums wear the same style as your girlfriends. Is this a real story? If so, then dump Zayn, cause no reason why he would do such a thing. What an idiot. OP says, it is very weird, and weird is how I feel. The best way to describe how I feel? Weird and hurt. I have no reason to make this up, and she doesn't wear the same style as me. Never has, and not even close, so I don't understand it even more. The dress is completely not her taste. Mother of a son here. Please tell this mum what her son did. Not all of us are under the assumption that our job ends when that boy turns 18, and she may be one of them. My responsibility in a legal sense ends at 18, but I'm still going to be his mum, and that involves helping him when it's needed, and this boy clearly needs help. Yeah, that's just giving really creepy, weird vibes from him. I agree with OP on that one. I don't understand what would drive a man to do this. It's not something I've exactly heard about before, so for me this is pretty much entirely new territory. And if you guys have any experiences like this, sorry that you've had to deal with such weirdness. This feels like something most people should not have to be exposed to, or I feel like it wouldn't be fair to expose most people to oddness on this level. If OP were looking for a way out of the relationship, this is definitely one of them. Because I don't know if there is any explanation he can give that would make any sense. Like he gave his mum the dress and he gave OP a $50 gift card. And those saying you don't have to give him a reason for the breakup, but you know the reason obviously. I agree with that. It's less drama to give him a reason. I just don't know how I could stay sane continuing to be in a relationship with someone that could do something so weird. And now, onto the update. I finally got the nerve to straight up ask him about everything, and his response, TLDR, was he thought that I had to be humbled a bit because I got way too overly excited about something as trivial as a dress. Oh, what a cool guy. He thought it would be fun to see my reaction to it all. His mother had no idea about any of this, and just thought that her son was giving her a gift. I am so upset and hurt that I just called my mum to come and get me and will be staying with her for a few days while I figure out the next steps. But I am not going back to him. Second update. First of all, I want to say thank you and express my gratitude to all of the people who have shown support. The kind words mean so much to me right now, and I'm sorry I can't respond to each and every comment or DM. Just know that I'm reading them, and thank you. Me and Zayn are over for good. He keeps calling me, but I won't answer, and there's nothing he can say or do to change that. I've realized and have taken this as a sign of a nature he had kept hidden so well until now. In the comments, Useful Friend says, no, dude is playing some hardcore manipulation games that you know are abusive as fuck and warning signs of a narcissistic sociopath. He did all of that on purpose to intentionally hurt you and make you feel like you don't matter on your birthday. There's no reasoning with individuals like this. Attempting to be validated or have them take accountability will only waste your time and potentially escalate the manipulation. Break up, block, separate yourself from him. This will wound his ego, and he may try to get you back under his control with sugar, then with fear, or maybe straight to fear, abuse, and threats of violence, or whatever he thinks will motivate you to do what he wants. Don't let anyone tell you the behavior around this dress, your birthday, all of it, and not real, big, and rather scary red flags for a sociopathic narcissist bullshit. Once you've separated, if you choose to, you really should do some reading on narcissistic personality disorders and relationships to make yourself aware of the tactics and strategies that they use to avoid them in the future. That shit is cruel. How he went about making sure to hurt you on your birthday, it's fucking pathetic on his part. Whatever fake name says, I would be upset too. It's okay that he gets his mother a present and more expensive than yours, but buying the thing that you wanted so much for his mum? And letting her wear it at your birthday? That's either stupid or really mean. OP says, yes, exactly this. I wouldn't mind at all a guy buying gifts for his mum. I strongly believe good mums should be cherished. But why this gift? Why was it the dress that I wanted? I've been trying to make it make sense. Hellion Perry replies, the part where he says that you need to be humbled? What the hell? He's trying to eat away at your self-confidence. It's called negging and is extremely emotionally abusive. I hope you have friends or family close by that can help you get away from this harmful dude. The sooner the better. Geez, people really are just going out and choosing to be villains to their loved ones, huh? What an absolute psycho. And the scary thing is, they wait. This guy waited 3 years to pull this. Abusive types learn that she leaves when he does this. So eventually they learn to wait until after marriage, sometimes after they have a child together, so that she's really trapped. We don't know if this is a one-time stupid thing or pathological, but it's scary how many guys think that this is okay. And it's because of situations like this that we get that repeated comment that people always make, thank God you're not married, thank God you don't have a kid with him. Because Jesus Christ, we need to stop the negging. It's not cool. I don't understand how these people get disillusioned into thinking, oh yeah, if I abuse her and treat her like shit, she's gonna want more. She's gonna want me more. Yeah, my beautiful wife of 10 years, if I just start doing the worst things ever, she's actually gonna fall head over heels for me, because that's the exact opposite of what got her to marry me in the first place. Yeah, this'll go well. But obviously, I'm not taking into account the fact that these guys are just psychos. So they're not always being idiotic about their thoughts. They are just wanting to abuse and manipulate people. And for that, I say to those people, go to hell. Our next post is by user Cicada Supremacy, and it's titled, Am I the asshole for not wanting the puppy that my boyfriend bought for my birthday present? For context, I, 27 female, have always had pet dogs, cats, even birds that fell from their nests. I also rescued and rehomed a ton of animals, but I've never kept a male pet. My mum didn't like them because of the whole peeing everywhere thing, and I guess I got used to only having girl pets. Plus, I love using my dogs like pillows, and I'll admit doggy boy parts that are almost always a little too present make me uncomfortable. Anyway, I've had my dog, let's call her Luna, since I was 17. She's my baby, and she 100% rules my life. She's not really friendly with kids, other dogs, or most men, but she at least kinda likes my boyfriend, 31 male, of 2 years. So, my birthday was a couple weeks ago. My boyfriend told me that he had a surprise, but it wasn't ready yet. Last Friday, I came home from work and found him in my apartment with a 2-month-oldish German Shepherd male puppy that he bought, complete with a balloon tied to its collar that said, Happy Birthday. He smiled and said, Do you like him? He's our new son. I was in shock. The only words that came out were, Where's Luna? He had locked my dog in the bathroom because she growled at the puppy. I was furious. We argued for about 2 hours. I told him to take the puppy back with him and not to come back, and he yelled some more and called me a misandrist before leaving because apparently not wanting male pets equals hating men. He also said that I was weird for being uncomfortable around dog peepees. When I told friends and family, everyone sided with me. However, my boyfriend keeps sending me videos of the puppy, saying that he doesn't know what to do with it since his apartment doesn't allow pets, especially one that would grow so much, and is begging me to take it just until he finds accommodations. He says I owe him because he spent so much money on the puppy and was planning for the puppy to live with me anyway. But I don't want the puppy. My current dog definitely wouldn't accept him, and in the videos, I can already see how destructive he's becoming. On the other hand, the poor puppy is innocent in all of this. Should I just suck it up and keep him with me until my boyfriend, we technically didn't break up yet, find somewhere else to take him? Also, the puppy represents everything I don't want in a pet. I feel like he just bought himself a dog, but didn't really want to take care of it, so he acted like the puppy was my birthday present. So am I the asshole for refusing to accept the puppy? Should I just take him in for a while? Edit to clarify some things. Some people seem to think I'm obsessed with dogs' genitalia, and lol, I'm not. The issues with the puppy ranking are 1. I don't want another dog because I have a dog. 2. I don't want to raise a puppy ever again. 3. I don't want to own a dog that was bought. 4. I don't like large breeds. And 5. I don't want a male dog because I prefer female dogs. The only reason I included that I don't like dog penis is because I don't want to have that in my house. I don't lose sleep over it, but I prefer the smooth belly female dogs have. What I told my boyfriend was something along the lines of, you disregard everything I believe in a pet to the extent that you even bought a male dog when I told you it wasn't my intention to ever own one? And then he called me weird and misandrist. That's the only reason that I included that part in my post, but in my attempt to keep everything short, I didn't include all of that. And for the people telling me to grow up and say penis, there it is. I wasn't sure if I was able to say that. My only knowledge of Reddit were videos on TikTok with bad gameplay of Subway Surfers in the back, so there's that. If you want me to clarify something else, please let me know. And one, but not the only reason I don't particularly like male dogs is because my uncle had one male Rottweiler who was very aggressive, and one time at my grandma's house, he jumped me. I was like 5 or 6 years old and tried to hump my face with his red rocket all out. And yes, it freaked me out. My grandma had me get rid of the dog after that. She had a large property in another city. This is where they took him. Because nobody wanted their kids near the dog after that, so there it is, the backstory. In the comments, Jejun says, you should never buy anyone an animal as a surprise. This is one reason why. Not the asshole. The only people you should surprise with a pet is your child, because let's face it, you will end up doing all of the care. Not the asshole. That was not a birthday present for you. That was a gift for himself. He gets you an expensive, high-energy, need-to-train and socialize puppy and thinks he should get to peace out because it can't live with me. So he gets all the fun playing with the puppy he wants and sticks you with all of the bills, the care. What about your elderly dog? I could not care less about your opinions on animal genitalia, but you spend more time talking about that than the fact that you locked away your elderly dog in her own home without you there and called it a gift. How much do you want a boyfriend that you think any of this is acceptable? Not the asshole. If you don't want a dog, you don't want the dog. A puppy really shouldn't be a surprise, but you are in fact being very weird about dog penises. 100% not the asshole. A puppy shouldn't be a surprise, and he knows your dog doesn't like other dogs. Plus, what the hell? A German Shepherd? Those get big and definitely should be discussed first. Sucks for the puppy, but you shouldn't take him. It won't be fair to your dog or the puppy. Yeah, he's obviously wrong for that, and Opie is not the asshole for not wanting that German Shepherd puppy. And I think the best thing is to force him to keep the dog, because he knows he's not allowed to have it at his place. He obviously doesn't want the responsibility of raising the puppy himself in his own property. So really, the fastest and most efficient way to get the dog out of there is to force him to keep it, because then it lights a fire under his ass, and he will have to act now to get rid of that dog before he faces serious consequences of potentially being evicted from where he's living right now. I think it'd be really stupid to take the dog in under these circumstances with his promise. I promise you, baby. I promise I'll find another solution to get rid of the dog. You just need to give me time. I just need more time. Yeah, you'd be really stupid to agree to that because he's not going to do that. He's just going to guilt trip you and be like, you're evil for wanting to get rid of the dog. He's obviously settling in at your place. He's making good friends with your new dog. Why would we get rid of him? Just don't play stupid games like that with stupid people like him. If you agree to those terms and conditions, you only stand to lose. So no, not the arsehole OP. I feel like you've done everything correct here. And now, onto the update. I didn't want to update before talking to both my therapist and psychiatrist, so here we go. First of all, puppy is fine. The day after my original post, my neighbor texted me at around 2 p.m. because she heard loud noises from my apartment. She has a spare key, then she and Luna are besties and often go on walks when she works from home, so she offered to check. Turns out the puppy was inside and Luna was just sitting on the couch glaring at the puppy like she was personally offended. I told my boss I had a family emergency and rushed home. My neighbor has been entertaining the puppy, but my apartment was trashed. She agreed to take the puppy for a few hours while I cleaned. I realized a lot of the mess didn't look like it was the puppy. Some of the papers seemed sheared and not single teeth marks. I went to the building management and they showed me camera footage. My ex-boyfriend walking in with the puppy, staying 20 minutes, and leaving. I had them remove him from the visitor list and they even offered to change my locks. I panicked a little and called my mum, who told me to either call my godfather or find a local shelter. My godfather told me he'd call his friends, many of whom have large breed experience. Meanwhile, my neighbor brought the puppy back, tired from the park. Thank God. I'll admit he was adorable. A few hours later, my godfather called to say one of his friends, a German Shepherd lover with 2 already, wanted to adopt him. The puppy's name is Kai now, and apparently my godfather's friend has a ton of experience training big breeds. As for my ex, I decided to call his mum because I still had him blocked. If you guessed, he was jealous of Luna. He wanted to move in with me. He thought Luna wasn't manly enough and that a German Shepherd would make me see reason. You'll be correct. His plan was basically, I'd find 2 dogs too much work and I'd get over my obsession with Luna by leaving her with my mum. Yes, really. His own mum told him that she was disappointed and that she didn't raise him to be sneaky and selfish. I told him we were done and that Kai has already been rehomed to a loving family. He tried to get mad about me rehoming his dog, but I reminded him that that puppy was a gift and I could do whatever I wanted with him. I hugged her goodbye and haven't spoken to him since. I also talked this through with both my therapist and psychiatrist. I talked to them about the whole situation and both agreed, separately, that having preference is not wrong, and as long as I'm not harming animals because of their sex, there's nothing wrong with not wanting them. Right now, I'm at my mum's house with Luna, using some PTO to rest and recover. This whole thing was exhausting, but at least it ended with Kai in a good home and one less toxic boyfriend in my life. This is most likely my last post, but thank y'all for giving me good advice and helping me see the situation was not okay. Edit to clarify, it seems like in my wish to make the post shorter, I deleted a part that was important to understand. I called my ex's mum and told her a summary of what happened. She told me she was going to call him and tell him to come see her the next day, and she'll let me know when he was with her so that we could talk. After our discussion, I hugged her goodbye and I left. In the comments, Fartmaster Champ says, "This is a really good update. Congratulations on leaving that asshole. You handled this really well." Though I would have sued him for the damage to the apartment and told his mum about it. In my opinion, you already know the answer and you did the right thing. A man who sneaks into your apartment, locks your dog in the bathroom, and forces a puppy on you that you never wanted is not giving you a gift. He's showing you who he is. That is controlling and manipulative behavior. I've had pets my whole life, and I understand preferences. You're not wrong for wanting female dogs, for not wanting large breeds, or for refusing to raise another puppy. That's not misandry, that's boundaries. Psychologically, this is called disrespecting autonomy. He ignored your values, tried to override your choices, and then gaslit you when you didn't play along. The fact that he admitted he wanted to replace Luna with a manly dog tells you everything. He wasn't thinking about you or the animals, he was thinking about himself. Thank God you rehomed Kai quickly and safely. That's responsible. If it were me, I wouldn't waste another second questioning whether you were the asshole. You were protecting yourself and your dog. Between now and dead, you have to ask yourself if you want a partner who undermines you at every turn or who respects the life that you've built. You should see about having your apartment door rekeyed, even if it costs you a couple $100, just in case he finds his way in the building past security. OP says, They offer to change the locks for me on Wednesday, and we have security, so it's all figured out on that part. That's also why I decided to stay with my parents, just in case. And that's where I'm going to end today's episode, guys. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know what you thought of it in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.